the very least in the mid lane here.
Yeah.
I do believe that Kongling wants to push aggressively and want to invade against Just Chi's jungle as soon as possible here. So potentially we might see the Ogren, the Haya, and also the Mozi stand by going to the mid lane and try to go for that aggressive invade.
All right, let's wait. And we are going to welcome you into our game number 3 of this best of 7. Right now it's 1-1, one each in terms of victories. It's going to be Nova this time on the blue and Blacklist on the red.
And Dragon already at the start of the game going extremely low. Poked down by the Cannon Blast, poked down by the Haya spell 1 here. Not a good day as Dragon in towards the mid lane here.
Oh, come on, and that's one of the trouble about being playing against Waypit on that Mozi, right? Because he's got a very long reach. The Garuda has a very long reach, but the cooldown is a lot shorter in terms of the Mozi with Waypit.
Yeah, Waypit here playing super aggressive here, making sure that Wendy gets his hands on toward that Spiketail Beast so that Golden Kite isn't able to walk up to look for a steal, right? So very well played coming in for the side of Nova Esports in this early game, securing that bottom Fire Beak, securing that bottom Spiketail Beast.
Yeah. One of the big topics in this whole KSI4 has been the Chami1 and Xuan matchup over there in the Clash lane, right? It's something that people has been talking a lot about, like how Chami1 is such a good player and he needs to demonstrate that he can play against the best. And if I were to choose a 1v1 with 2 heroes, I would love that 1v1. The Fatih against the Futsi. Those 2 heroes, in terms of 1v1s, top level.
Top level indeed. Calling here, being punched out his entire health bar here. Take a look at Wendy's rotation here. Silently pacing towards the top side here. Will look to pull Chami1 into that Moonscape Mirage here. So right now, we're usually a 1v1. Yeah, great timing. 1v1 in the Moonscape Mirage. Chami1 going extremely low. Has to pop the flash. First blood goes into the hands of Wendy here. That's the level 4, but a beautiful Cannon Blast lands on towards Dragon. And Dragon gets caught by the intuition ultimate coming in by the Sage Might of Nova's Strength. And this is looking super duper bad for the Blacklist International squad.
Blacklist International, they thought that they could have something in there. Chami1 taking a 1v1 in there against Xuan, that he jumped in like a little bit too deep. And then when the reinforcements came up, it was dark and bad news for them. Right now, Nova with an advantage, the 2-0 advantage. And look at the gold difference right now. 1,500, almost 2,000 gold advantage for Nova in only 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Hey man, I just gotta say, Waypit is not missing any one of these single Cannon Blasts. He's been super on point and he's being a very annoying nuisance against the side of Blacklist International here. They are being pressured so deeply right now. The early game is fully in control of Nova Esports with a 2,000 goalie at 3 minutes only here, Isaac.
Again, like Nova did not like losing that first match, man. Like they did not like the fact that just by losing that first match, people might think that they could actually lose this whole game, and they're trying to make a point. They have the composition right now. We know that Conley on that Ogren right now in this moment, it's pretty unstoppable. Look at that, Moonscape Mirage one more time.
Yeah, one more time, Moonscape Mirage here. We see Just Chi, Chunk dangerously low, gets taken out, and in towards the mid lane here, the Garuda being caught out by Waypit's Think inside the box. Chami1 coming to the rescue? No! Chami1 being denied of the rescue, and in the 4th minute mark of the game, this mid turret will be wide open for Nova Esports taking.
Chaz can only look with his eyes how in 4 minutes the mid lane turret is going to fall. It's gonna be free eats over here in the jungle for them.
Yeah, I didn't know they ordered like a food delivery here, and Kongling didn't get the smite against Just Chi, but that is fine. We can see how much pressure actually Nova Wendy is actually being able to generate on this Haya here. Every single Moonscape Mirage thus far has converted into a successful kill. The first blood on towards Chami1, the second kill on towards Just Chi. And just now, Dragon got caught by Waypit again. The pressure being generated by one single hero is just too darn much coming in from the Nova mid lane.
Oh, look at that. Right now it's going to be the Azure Golem that's going to be the next target. We talked about this at the beginning of the game, right? Like we talked how we have had different performance on that Haya. And you mentioned about two players that they have been playing really well, and one of them has been Wendy, and he is right now demonstrating that, Sagi, you do know what you're talking about.
Exactly right. This Haya is so darn good into the Yang Jian here, and we've seen a lot of these days, a lot of the teams has been trying out the Haya into the Yang Jian counters here. They didn't really get into the correct play style here, but today Nova Wendy has shown us why it's such a strong counter. You deny the Dolia refresh, and Yang Jian is just like, oh no, what am I gonna do? The Haya is just swapping positions in the Moose Game Mirage. I can't do anything to her.
Well, right now, as we're gonna hit 5 minutes and 30 seconds, you can see how deep right now the pressure from Nova is coming. It's gonna be the Garuda that's gonna have to proc his ulti to just clean that wave, but nothing they can do as the rotation comes in for the Clash Lane.
Yeah, the Clash Lane here, we see Shren going in for aggressive stage mine on towards Chami 1 here. Has to build himself and walk away towards safety here, but that does give Nova Esports the HP advantage to secure once again this Crimson Golem here. So, at the very least, this is just 6 minutes, and we're looking at an almost 5,000 goal lead. And tell me, Isaac, have we seen Wimpy miss a single Cannon Blast on the Motsu?
I haven't. I have not seen it since the moment that you mentioned it. I've been just like really paying attention, and he does not miss. That man is on point.
On point, exactly. And Just Chi once again being kidnapped by Wendy in towards the Moonscape Mirage, isolated from Chaz, Dolia for the refresh here, and he's dead once again.
Oh man, like Wendy has like a target onto Joshi. He's not even looking for anyone else. He might just have an easy ult on someone else, on Dragon, on Chami 1, on Golden Kite, and he's just gonna keep it just for the sake of just putting Joshi out of this world.
Yeah, removing the double Yang Jian Dolia ultimate here, and you can see throughout the other members here. Yeah, you can refresh with Golden Kite, but he's not really well itemized to really benefit from the Dolia ultimate. Chami 1 has a long ultimate, Dragon, double ultimate on the Garuda, not the greatest here. So removing Yang Jian already stopped so much game plan that Blacklist International want to be having with the Yang Jian Dolia here. So I gotta say, this, and I gotta glaze, this Haya has been pretty on point coming in from Wendy.
Oh, come on, a friend of mine said it's not glaze as long as it is real, and it's just as long as it is accurate. So I agree with you in terms of that. Now, right now for Nova Esports, they're facing a very big question, right? It's a very awkward moment of the game, 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Do they try to go in for the high ground, or do they try to just slowly just keep suffocating Blacklist? Should they just be a little bit more aggressive and try to go in for the turrets?
Nah, man, I think it's right now, at the very least, for Nova Esports, it's like you say, continue to suffocate Blacklist International. Beautiful stage point on towards Chaz here, as we see Muji walking in towards Chaz, just sending Chaz to the graveyard here. Now, at the very start, if let's say no one dies, maybe we suffocate Blacklist International, but since Chaz has suffered a casualty as the one coming in from Blacklist International, Blacklist is like, okay guys, we can't fight. It's an 8,000 goal lead, 9,000 goal lead for Nova at 8 minutes. We have no way of playing these team fights, and we can only give towers and hope for the best.
Hope for the best, as the one more time the wave is going to come into the mid lane. They still have the power play. Chaz is going to join. Now it's going to be the Garuda proccing his ulti, trying to clean onto the wave. It's going to be hopefully enough, but it's going to be 50% of the HP of the turret already down.
It's not looking good at all for South Blacklist International here. We do see Nova Esports here cleaning up the jungle here, wanting to go for an aggressive push towards that bottom side. Once the 10-minute mark comes in, we might just see a double objective once again coming in from Nova due to how well farmed they are. Look at the goal discrepancy here. We keep repeating this, but this is just a magnificent one. This is so big.
It is just gigantic, man. It's something that we don't see a lot over here in big games and semifinals, right? Like 9 minutes and then already almost that 10,000 gold advantage. That is something that we don't see every single day. Well, Nova Esports right now, they have a very clear game plan. Just waiting here. It's 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Push in, try to get a little bit more pressure on the turrets, and they just go for double dragon at the 10-minute mark.
Double dragons will be spawned in the 25 seconds coming in towards the top and bottom river here. So at the very least for now, Nova Esports just casually building waves here. It's very smart as well. They don't immediately push out that bottom tier 2. They allow the minions to slowly but surely die towards the turrets here, removing the minions that can be farmed by Blacklist International here. So these are the small things that really choked out the goal discrepancies between the two teams. And talking about it, waves are starting to crash in.
Waves crashing in one more time. It's going to be the mid lane that's going to fall first. Then it's going to be the farm lane that they're going to be the last one that they can defend. The Garuda just being critical to keep the hopes alive. But Nova Esports already got what they came for. They have 2 high ground turrets, go back, and they're going to just keep going by reading the script.
Very clean stuff coming in for the side of Nova Esports here. They're just getting every single thing coming in for the side of the Blacklist jungle here. And talking about jungle, Just G getting pulled into that Moonscape Mirage to duke it out 1v1 against Wendy here. He's very low. Once he comes out, he will be executed by the hands of Kong Ling here. 4v5 for the next 30 seconds here. This might be the gold button coming in for the side of Nova to potentially look for the game-winning push.
That's it, 25 seconds that Joshi is going to be off the map. It seems like Nova doesn't want to go in for the Dragons. They do believe that they have the composition to come in and then just use these 2 waves of super minions to finish the game. The Garuda already with his ulti available. The super minions are coming in, Sagi.
Slash Mine coming in for the side of Chaz. Chaz has been the first one to be taken down here. Wavepin overextending himself into the crystal of the side of Blacklist International here. This defense seems to be looking like a successful one at the very least for Blacklist. But what's the cost? All the high ground tier trees has been plucked and removed from the base of Blacklist.
All right, Nova Esports, they thought that they had enough damage to come in with 2 super minion waves. It was
Chimey one being chunked down to a dangerously low health here. Infinite Vastness popped by Muji, zoning the remaining members on the side of Blacklist International here as Just G once again being punished by the Moonscape Mirage on the hands of Wendy.
I'm sorry for Joshi, but he's gonna be having nightmares about Wendy and this whole Moonscape Mirage. Every single time that he's gone in, he's either come out to die, or he's just being Wendy just claiming his life over there in the 3rd dimension.
Now Waves comes in, Sage Mine landing onto his Chami. 1 towers going down. The final hit goes over to the side of Nova Esports in a magnificently clean game number 3 here. 2-1. Nova Esports in the lead against Black.